Welcome everyone, and happy Pride Month. My name is Lindsay Bouchard, pronouns they, them, and I'm an MLIS student at San Jose State University. Today we will be discussing the LGBTQIA2S+ and queer community's relationship with emerging technologies. Two quick points of order. Any links included in the presentation and the reference list will be listed in the video description for ease of access. And there are many evolving terms used by and for the queer community, both in academic and casual settings. So when quoting directly from an outside source, I will be using the acronyms chosen by those scholars, which include LGB, LGBT, LGBTQ+, and LGBTIQ+. Rest assured, the focus of this presentation is on the overarching queer and LGBTQIA2S+ community, broken down as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, intersex, asexual, two-spirit, and much more. So, let's get into it. To start, let's discuss how the queer community uses the internet. The internet has long been considered a valuable resource for LGBTIQ+ people to find connections, friendship, and a sense of belonging in heteronormative and sometimes hostile worlds. In particular, coming out and time-lapse videos of gender transitions have become a significant source of peer support and information sharing for trans and gender-diverse youth. Queer youth are significantly more likely to access health information, including sexual health information and LGBTQ+ news online versus offline, a trend which is expected to continue. And LGBT adults are more likely than their straight counterparts to say they have ever used a dating site or app, at a difference of 51% versus 28%. Of course, when discussing queer internet usage, it's important to note the impact of social media sites on the community, in particular, Twitter and Tumblr. In recent years, Twitter has established itself as a sort of news hub. In fact, around 7 in 10 US journalists, 69%, cite Twitter as their primary social media site. It is a particular favorite among young journalists, ages 18 to 29. LGBTQIA2S+ news has found a home on Twitter, with journalists and activists such as Aaron in the Morning and LGBT News using the site to make information about queer rights easily accessible. However, since Elon Musk's acquisition in October 2022, the public's use of the site has plummeted. Users' average number of tweets per month declined by around 25%, and 6 in 10 US adults who have used Twitter in the past year say they have taken a break from the platform. By comparison, young LGBTIQ+ people ages 16 to 35 are 5 times as likely to use Tumblr than their straight and/or cisgender peers. For many years, Tumblr has been known as the home of social justice warriors and a bastion of online liberalism, and until 2018 was also a place where its lax rules extended to frank discussions of sexuality, erotic art and writing, and nude images of all kinds of bodies. It operates as a distinct platform where users are motivated to connect with communities based on shared experiences and interests. It affords a chance to exhibit and work through a sense of self, and for many queer and gender-diverse young people, Tumblr offers the language to describe one's own experiences, feelings, and sense of place in the world. LGBTIQ+ young people experience Tumblr as a place to connect, find comfort, be part of communities, and learn about diverse genders and sexualities. However, whether Tumblr, which launched in 2007, or Twitter, which launched in 2006, can be considered emerging technologies is debatable. For the sake of this presentation, we'll define emerging technology as new, released within the last few years, or developing technologies, expected to be made available within the next 5 to 10 years. And by this definition, we cannot discuss emerging technology without discussing AI. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has been a hot topic since the rise of AI art generators and writing services like ChatGPT. Such programs calling into question issues regarding intellectual property theft, copyright infringement, privacy violations, etc. Americans in particular are watching the general spread of AI with a range of concerns, especially when the use of AI systems raises the prospect of discrimination and bias. When it comes to AI in the workplace, such as using face recognition technology to monitor workers, 70% of Americans oppose it, and the topic of artificial intelligence and its uses grows even more complex when considering the queer community and programs such as Automated Gender Recognition, AGR, and AI gaydar. AGR programs like gender.toolpy.com and Purify.com claim the ability to determine one's gender based on a picture of their face. Automated gender recognition removes your opportunity to self-identify, and instead infers your gender from data collected about you, such as your legal name, whether or not you wear makeup, or the shape of your jawline or cheekbones. Not only does AGR fail to reflect any objective or scientific understanding of gender, it represents a form of erasure for people who are trans or non-binary. Approaches to AGR are typically based on a male-female gender binary and derive gender from physical traits. This means that trans people are often misgendered, while non-binary people are forced into a binary that undermines their gender identities. To test the accuracy of these programs, I inputted a photo of myself into both GenderToolPy and PicPurify. I'm transgender and non-binary, and I tend to dress more androgynous. PicPurify thinks I'm female, but it won't tell me how it came to that conclusion, only that it's 98% confident, whereas ToolPy thinks I'm male, again with no explanation, though I may be able to guess that my lack of makeup and short hair contributed to the program's decision. Either way, I am misgendered, a situation that for myself and many like me may lead to gender dysphoria and feelings of being frustrated, unseen, othered, and even depressed. In the case of AI gaydar, Professor Michael Kosinski at Stanford University published a paper outlining an AI gaydar, a machine learning system that he and his co-author claimed could accurately predict your sexual orientation from a picture of your face. The paper received harsh criticism, both for misinterpreting its accuracy and more seriously for its revival of dangerous pseudoscience that uses people's physical features to determine essential aspects of their personhood. But the threat of systems which reinforce biological essentialist views of sexual orientation and eco-tenets of eugenics remains. AGR and AI gaydar systems embedded in everyday life are likely to increase the emotional distress associated with an individual's experience with their gendered body. If AGR systems gain traction in the public sector and are used to control access to public toilets or other gendered spaces, they would only serve to exclude LGBTQIA2S+ people. What's worse, this concern can already be examined in the implementation of AGR by Giggle, a girls-only social networking app. It uses facial recognition technology that detects a user's gender in order to enforce its girls-only policy. The fact is, AI doesn't work until it works for all of us. So, what now? The internet represents an empowering tool for LGBTQ+ people to meet with each other, to build networks and join forces, to access information and acquire knowledge about vital healthcare issues, as well as to express, spread, and strengthen their political claims. But emerging technologies like AGR and AI gaydar threaten that empowerment. The good news is that we can take action, not only to reduce the harms caused by AI systems to LGBTQ communities, but also to make sure that AI systems protect and enforce their rights. Some organizations have already begun the hard work of advocating for queer people's technological rights, launching programs which expose the threat of automated gender recognition, like Access Now and All Out's Ban Automated Recognition of Gender and Sexual Orientation campaign. LGBT Tech is another organization committed to ensuring that media, telecommunications, and high-technology issues of specific concern to LGBT communities are addressed in public policy conversations. Their current programs include Paths, Power On, and XR LGBT. Paths aims to inspire and motivate LGBTQ+ youth and young adults interested in careers in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics through storytelling by current LGBTQ+ professionals. Power On distributes technology to homeless, isolated, and disadvantaged LGBTQ+ individuals across the country through a network of LGBTQ+ grantee organizations. And XR LGBT explores new opportunities and risks associated with extended reality, augmented reality, and virtual reality in relation to the queer community. AGR and AI-based programs which claim to detect sexual orientation need to be banned immediately, and companies, programs, and designers must recognize that when creating AI systems and user interfaces, they must consider how best to include and empower people with diverse identities. The main problem with AI programs is that marginalized communities are not often involved in the creation process. The developers community remains largely white, middle-aged, and heterosexual, with little understanding of the global realities and dangers of being queer. Efforts must be made to include LGBTQIA2S+ people in the AI discourse and the production of future technologies. Thank you again for your time. I hope this presentation was enlightening, and as a reminder, any links included in the presentation and the reference list will be listed in the video description for ease of access. Happy Pride Month, and I hope you have a great day.